After 3 days in which dozens of people have been killed, most of them Palestinians, the White House issued a statement regretting the loss of civilian lives.
Well, the official reaction from Washington and the Obama administration is that they defend Israel's right to defend its population from these rocket attacks. But at the same time, they've cautioned against excessive use of force that will incur civilian casualties. To have military confrontations between Israel and Gaza is very worrisome, and I think Washington and other capitals are worried about this, that it not go out of hand.
Business leader Peter Tanous fears the impact of increased fighting on the shaky world economy.
The American community, business community, knows and understands that this is the worst level of violence between Israel and Palestine in years, and there is a great deal of fear that this could escalate a lot further and turn into a major conflagration, and obviously that concerns us.
James Goldgeier, Dean of American University's School of International Service, says American officials are particularly worried about how the new Arab governments, especially in Egypt, would react to any Israeli invasion of Gaza.
The other thing you have is the great uncertainty about what this kind of activity means in the aftermath of the Arab Spring, because the regimes that were in place previously when we had this kind of activity are not in place, or, in the case of Syria, they're certainly preoccupied with internal matters. But particularly in the case of Egypt, what does it mean for a very different government to be in power? What does that government see as its interests in this kind of case? Is it better able to put pressure on Hamas, or does it feel its own domestic pressure to try to support those people living in the Gaza who feel that that they're under assault from Israel right now? And so I think the biggest question on everyone's mind is, what does this different Arab world mean for this relationship between Gaza and Israel?
Only a minority of American voices have called on Washington to distance itself from Israel.
I would support the United States suspending the military aid we provide to Israel. The weapons that are being used that are slaughtering Palestinians in Gaza disproportionately, and the fact that they have no escape through the blockade, the military aid should be ended. We overwhelmingly favor Israel in this conflict, and Israel is the largest recipient of U.S. military aid, and I don't feel that's being an honest broker for peace, which the United States claims to be.
U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton labeled the conflict in Gaza a very, very dangerous situation. The United States' position remains largely unchanged and overwhelmingly on the side of Israel. But in the new Middle East, Washington is clearly concerned that the conflict could escalate with unpredictable consequences. Burton Bolag, KSA2, Washington.